Hello, I am the Shadow Trader. This is Shadow Analysis, and today we're gonna do a end of market update because some interesting stuff has gone down. Yesterday we talked about, come on, man, come on, okay. Uh, Yesterday we talked about NBIS, and we talked about this inverse green hammer here, and lo and behold, I said that it's possible that you could get a big push up back above the 9 EMA, and it happened. We did leave a bit of a gap, but that's to be expected. There's everywhere that this thing has popped has left a gap. It is no longer a fear for it should no longer be a fear for anyone, and at least until we hit top, but that has not happened yet. The market is still open, so we can kind of see how things are going on. You can see the EMA here. It's around 62, so you're gonna go over 60 for sure here. And if earnings are spectacular, or at least a beat in the very least, you could easily go parabolic here for that gap cover. I'm exiting there because I'm not holding shares. I'm holding options. I'm out. And if I find an opportunity to get back in, I will do that. But ah, I can't bring myself to do that. Losing profit would be dumb. And I can just get back in after. All right. So, guys, with that, it looks good going in the next week. We need to break this resistance here. What is this? 5 second. Let me see. I think it's because I'm on the daily. I think it was the weekly resistance is what I had. So, for this one, we will put it here. There we go. Okay. So, we will look into that next week because it looks good still so far. We still have 45 minutes left, and we have another inverse green hammer here. And the EMA is very positive. Again, over the weekend, these things can change. Things happen. So we'll see on Monday, but it looks good so far going into the end of the market. All right, let's start at the top again. Let's start with the AMC. I haven't looked at that all day. Let's see what's happening here. Interesting. Could have a move up, right? Something like that. Whoops. Always do that. We will see, guys. This could be a trading opportunity for some of you day traders out there next week. I mean, maybe not. Maybe a swing trade because this is the daily, not the hourly. I get confused sometimes. Maybe a swing trade on this, guys. If you're looking, I don't know how far up it would go. We would have to look at the micro on that if that's something I'd be interested in trading. I would not trade the daily for this. I would trade the micro. And the micro from let's look at the hourly really quick. Mhm. Doesn't look good. Oh, well, you do got a bottom. It could break. It could break if it holds the support here. Previous month though. It could break that 90 EMA easily. All right. So AMC just still doing his thing. Um, let's see what we got going over next. GME again. We need yeah. Again, just doing what GME is supposed to do, guys. We're expecting a much bigger drop on this. It's taking its time. Be patient on this one. If you want to get a long-term put and make some money on this, if you're holding shares and you're looking to make some of that money back, that's a good way to make some of your money back is that to hold some puts, but you got to do it right. Because you don't want to get too short of a put because look how long it takes for this thing to go down. Remember, it's not linear; it moves sideways while it's moving down, so it takes its sweet time. You got to get a long one. We're already on the hourly, okay? So yeah, and yeah, you're and I mean, I would not be buying a put here. I can tell you that much. Not one bit. I would have already had that at the top, but I wasn't in it. Village Farms looks, I mean, looks as bearish as it was yesterday. So yeah, you might get an increase here and there. People are still buying it. It's still long-term bullish, guys, but we'll see what happens over the next few months. See if we can come down, cover some of these gaps going into the end of the year. Next year's going to be a big year for pennies, I think. That looks like it's going to be a great put opportunity. My money's not cleared yet. Oh my God. Uh, Let me check my account. Hold on one second, guys. I might be pulling off. I'm sorry, I got a text. I might be pulling off a trade here. I want to see what that looks like. Hmm. It's not. I'm gonna have to wait till next week, guys. I have to wait till Monday, and I should have enough money cleared to grab puts on that. That looks awesome. But LVS, this isn't one we talked about before, so I'm gonna save that for another video. Um, I haven't talked about that one yet, but I will be making a video on that. SNYR, it looks as if, yeah, there we go. Now you can see it breaking, guys. This is the break we've been waiting for. What the hell is going on here? All right, that is the break we've been waiting for. Um, don't get me wrong, this is still a very bullish stock long term, but it needs to come down. It had one hell of a run. Hell of a run. This is where you would sell if you were ready to get out here, or if you want to take a percentage of profit. If you had options, I don't think there's options on this one, but I'm just giving an example. This is your confirmation to get out of those trades. If you're holding, because you expect continued upside, which I also think it will have, then whatever, sell a percentage, sell none. It's up to you. But this is your confirmation here. Now you just need to see going into next week. In order to win on that or to be right on that, you need to see continuation. So NVVE, we had an interesting conversation on X today about this. So I have a new perspective for you. This line here is the median line of the trend line, and I didn't draw this in today. I had already drawn that in, but what I did draw in today was the top and the bottom trend line. So, interesting enough, we've already broken the downtrend line here. We still have the main downtrend line here that we still have to break. We might be coming back for a retest of this trend line here, and then we might go. We could also drop. If we drop below it, I'm fairly certain that it's safe. I don't think it'll drop too low below that. It's so close here, guys. It's so close to a bottom here. And just because we get a signal here doesn't mean that it is the bottom. But I think it is. And if I'm wrong, damn it. But at the end of the day, the only thing that matters is whether it's a bottom or not, is whether or not we break this top trend line here, that white one going all the way down. We need to break that. That has to go. Otherwise, we're coming back down here either way. You know what I mean? And maybe we'll create another bottom trend line and then break out again. We could be doing that for a long time. But I think this is one of the ones that will pop off pretty quickly because I think it needs to do a lot of catching up with the other pennies. I mean, and there's a couple like that already that we've looked at or ones that I haven't looked at. So NIO was bonkers. I would have been so mad after getting out here. But here's the thing. The person who sold here, if they sold here, I mean, I don't know, I don't want to call you dumb, but that was a dumb decision. Just simply because there wasn't confirmation yet. Like I get it, you're losing profit, and if you wait till confirmation, you're gonna lose even more profit. But at least you know. But whoever sold here, I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. You were below the trend line. You were below the 9 EMA. Now, if there were signs, I haven't looked at it yet. If there were signs that it was reversing, you should have got right back in. But I am so sorry. You did make the right decision to get out. That was confirmation. And that was more than confirmation. That was a confirmation of this break. That was confirmation of further downside because you broke below the trend line. Wild. Wild. Right here. See, this right here would have kept me from, well, I think so. I'm 50-50 on that. Oh, no, yeah, yeah. Yeah. I'm 50-50 on that because we did already get a topping signal, which again doesn't mean top. And we got it over here. But that doesn't stop the price action from going further down and then turning around. And it did that. It just did it way earlier than I would. To be fair though, it did open here, which means you would have left a gap. And it got close enough to this trend line here, which is a place where you would get a reaction like that. Like I said, I haven't really looked at it, but if there was evidence that it was going to reverse, you really should have got back in. But I do feel bad for you. Anyways, if you did get back in, congratulations, because you're probably going way higher now. Neo looking like a superhero. Wolf, Wolf's still going down. We're just waiting patiently. Yep, just waiting. Boring old Wolf doing nothing. AIMD still going down. Just waiting. On yeah. And this is whatever. It's been going sideways. I still think it's gonna go sideways. Gonna get a reaction later. Not much on that, guys. NBIS, we've already talked about that. And look at that. It looks so good. Hopefully it stays that way at close, guys. It looks so good. EPWK, this one. Okay. This one piques my interest. Hmm, interesting. Could go up, but if you get denied by the 9 EMA, it's heading further down. Period. Zeta acting very interesting here. Definitely, definitely going up now. Uh, Yep. Looks great. I might actually take this trade before the market closes. We'll see. I'm definitely going to do more research here, but it looks pretty solid. I don't like that topping signal there, but it was way further back there, so I don't know. Might take that. I think I'm gonna wait till next week. I don't like taking trades going into the weekend. I kind of want to see what things do and if they get continuation from that. So I'm probably gonna do that. ICU. I don't think we've gone over ICU. We have gone over 22nd century though. Ooh, spicy. And there is 22nd Century doing its thing as predicted. But for how long? I don't know. Not too much longer, guys. This thing could have a bottom coming in here soon. We'll see. It's still within a downtrend, similar to NVVE, but you know, if this is your company, this is pretty cheap, and it looks like it's continuing to get cheaper. Continue to follow me. We will update on it. Vape again. I don't really do that here, but still going down as expected. I did expect it to hit $20 at minimum, or no, not minimum, but max. I think that minimum. I think 10 and some change. I think is where you're gonna see the stock get to over time. And if that's the case, I'm definitely buying into it. I mean, I used to vape nicotine. I quit nicotine altogether. Um, Quitting vaping was one of the hardest things I've ever done. Uh, but I stuck with it and I eventually quit. With that said, it is very addicting. I used to you do it, so I know how enjoyable it also is. And I still vape when it comes to using uh marijuana products, right? So, but with that said, vaping is you can use it for CBD now. You can use it for certain medications. It's a big thing, and even though I still do it technically, like I said, but even though I don't really do it like that anymore, I understand that people like me are going to continue doing it for certain products, and other products that I've mentioned or don't even know about, other people are still. It's like it's just a big thing now, and it's becoming a big and more grander thing. I asked a question to a friend back in 2020. I said, "Do you think?" And this is because I was invested in a vape stock at the time, right? Do you think that vaping can take over cigarettes completely and just take over the world, um, and just wipe cigarettes off the market? And they said, yeah, but because I thought they could, and he agreed with me. He's like, yeah, but not for a long time, which I also agreed with. I think it would take at least, at minimum, it would take definitely take wiping out. I think the millennials would have to go, like every millennial, which is going to be a very long time. Uh, they would have to be gone. The new um, the new generation would have to take over at that point. Um, because people still smoke, but I'm pretty sure they smoke far less now than they ever have. And millennials pretty much started that trend. And we started that trend because we were brainwashed as kids into believing that these things are bad, which they are, right? I mean, I'm not disagreeing with them, but they still brainwashed us, right? Right? Um, so we started that trend, and it's whatever. It's a good thing, but stocks like this, that's why you need to get in. Tobacco though will always be so like stocks like 22nd Century. Tobacco will always be around though. It's kind of like DVDs. There's people who still want to use them. There's still a use for them. I believe that physical media is very important, and I also believe that tobacco will always be around. It's very important. Not everyone's going to have a charger. Not everyone's going to have access to vaping products. It's just that simple. So stocks like this are still important because they're still the future, just like electric cars. But gas will still be a very extremely relevant. Tobacco will be extremely relevant. Physical media, all that stuff, extremely relevant. I mean, look how important physical media was when it came to Walter White and Breaking Bad. If he didn't have that, he would have been so bored at the cabin, right? Physical media, important. I don't think we talked about AMPG, but I did take a quick gander at that. I haven't really done anything. I was thinking about taking the trade because it was holding the anime pretty well, but I wanted to see what it done, and so far I'm not liking it. And the reason why I wanted to wait on this was because of this. So we're gonna go further into that when I make a video on it. I haven't, and I think we're doing that tomorrow. So I think that's everything today. Was just kind of a boring day for the most part. NBIS did great things, and we're starting to see progress from other stocks similar to like NVVE. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys had a great trading day. If not, I hope you didn't lose money. But if you just sat around and looked at charts like I did, hopefully you at least had a good day. But give me a thumbs up. If you like this video, give me a sub. If you want to see more of it and want to get notified, make sure you ring that bell for me. Yeah. And if you aren't doing so, make sure you follow me on X, Shadow Trader 17. You can comment down below if you want to give me stock ideas, or if you're not familiar with stocks yet and you're just getting into it, just drop some companies down below if you're interested in hearing about them. I don't care what they are, pennies, blue chip, I'll do whatever. I started out trading blue chips, then I got into pennies. I trade both. I tend to favor the pennies, but if there's a blue chip setup I like, I am going to take it 100% as long as I have the funds available. I do limit to myself. Can't talk. I do limit myself to my trades. Very strict when it comes to my funds. So, but I enjoy it. And hopefully you guys enjoy it. And if you're new, I hope you get into it and I hope you get really good at it and I hope you enjoy it. Thank you for watching. Ciao, y'all.